Hello and welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway. We are here in the brand new official Gen 4 car. We've no longer got that Frankenstein of an ARCA car and old Gen 4 body. We've got an actual real Gen 4 car, and I'm racing it for the first time here in a league race hosted by Gavin. He is hosting this, kind of following the real Gen 4 schedule for officials, just to hopefully get us some cleaner racing. And I'm all about that because I know that racing can get a bit messy in the officials with these tough to drive cars. And speaking of tough to drive, I'm struggling to pick it up a little bit. It's a lot, a lot more different than I expected. I expected it to essentially be just like the old Gen 4 car, but it does feel
Colton, we've got 2 laps to set a
like it
decent
drives much differently, and I don't know if that's just the setups that they've put in this. I know Gavin said he put a little bit,
Your right
he
front
put a
tyre
lot
is hot.
into the
Right
setup
front is
trying to get it
hot.
to turn more, but it is definitely very tight, and I'm not really getting the loose on exit that I used to feel with the Gen 4, despite how much power this thing has. So I'm really just going to be looking to try to get a solid lap here, because I don't know if we've got 43 plus people in the lobby. I didn't count, but you got to make top 43 on qualifying or you D&Q, just like it used to be in real life.
The leader is
So
just done
just going to try to get it done
29.6.
here. Get a solid lap in. We got some good grip out here, it feels like. Maybe the track in practice had lost a lot of grip, and maybe that's why I was having some issues. But kind of took that higher line in 1 and 2, lower 3 and 4. That'll get us a 0.6.
P2, that was a 29.6. The leader has just done a 29.6.
Now we can push it a little harder, see if we can't get any more out of this thing. But I know the tires wear pretty good in this thing. So it might be that the first lap is the one that's going to be stronger. And it's kind of looking like that's what it's going to be the case for us. That's another way that this car is different from the old Gen 4, is it sounds like the tires wear pretty good. And if you're not careful, you can wear everything out. It's looking to me like I probably could have taken the bottom in 1 and 2. That might have been faster. It got tight there at the end, but that's tires getting old quick, I think. But I think we put a solid enough time in. Gavin on the pole right now with his 0.5. I feel like that's a solid 0.6 we put in. That should easily get us into the show. Lots of strong competition here as usual in these Diet Dr. Pepper Series races. 2.9k strength of field according to Race Lab at the moment. And we're going to go ahead and practice a pit stop now while we can. I only got to practice it once. And a little bit too fast there, so probably want to break a little bit earlier than that. Even though we got away with it there, that's cutting it a little bit too close for my comfort.
Front
Sure, we
right,
got everything
94%.
unmuted in case Gavin needs to tell everybody something. E4, we definitely don't have 43 people, so everybody's going to make it. Lots of familiar names, including Nick, able to make this one, which is cool. He might be choosing to start from the back since he has that opportunity. He's actually not even in here right now. I wonder if he decided he wasn't feeling up to speed or something and backed out. Not sure. Maybe he's just barely going to be able to make it. So maybe he won't be in this one. I don't know. According to this, he's not in the lobby yet. But Daniel in here as well. Cool to see him. I know he's not able to race as much as he would like to. And right now looking like we're starting P4. I am a little bit nervous because these are my first laps. Daniel asking what brake bias. I went with how tight it is. I went real low with it, and I'm probably going to lower it in the car as well, but I have not done enough practice laps to start giving anyone any suggestions. So maybe I should be listening to it. Gavin's saying it at 65. But it It's just the car is so tight. I think I really want that turn on entry. I'm going to be going very easy on it. You can see 94,
That's the end of the
96
session
just
for
after those
P4.
couple of laps. So these tires are going to get real warm real fast, and it looks like the right front's going to get the most of it. I was going real fast there, of course, so the tire wear was accelerated even more, but I really just got to do a lot of learning here, how to drive this new Gen 4, and hopefully have ourselves a fun race. 80 laps here at Charlotte. It's the modern Charlotte 2018. We're about to get a new version of Charlotte pretty soon here, coinciding with the other NASCAR refresh stuff. But it sounds like that's going to probably be next season when they're going to debut that one. So for now, we still got Legacy Charlotte and 2018 Charlotte as we have right here.
5 cars left to grid.
Get session last lap ready. As we do hold on to P4 for a starting spot, I think that's a good place to start. Got a great view of Gavin and his pole run. That's pretty awesome. I think this car will suit him very well because I feel like it's going to reward some smooth inputs, patience on the throttle and stuff. Gavin's always been really good at that, and it pays off in the NASCAR Legends cars a lot. Plus, I know he likes to run... he's run some NR 2003 stuff before on his channel, and that's pretty much this car. So I bet he'll be pretty good at this stuff. We got 49 laps of fuel, so we can just barely make it past halfway, and only 2 sets of tires. So we're going to have to be smart about how we use those as we get our brake bias at 57%. That's where I'm going to be running it. I also had to increase my force feedback strength a little bit. I am normally running about 5.5, but it felt really numb to me. The steering wheel did. And so I bumped that up just a little bit to get a little more feel into the steering wheel.
P4. The track temp is 86.
I think that'll help me get a better clue of what this thing's, how this thing's gonna react. But again, it's gonna be all about being smooth for me here and trying to learn this new car because it's not as one-to-one as I expected it to be.
1 lap to green.
Don't need to go out here and win this thing. I think I just want to look for a solid first run and get this season off to a great start. League season, I guess, for Gen 4. Might want to do a second gear start. Let's see how everything feels here. Almost feels like a first gear start, but this thing's got so much power that feels a little bit risky. I think starting P4 will go second gear. Don't know if I necessarily want to risk slamming on the throttle and spinning my tires on the initial start. Chad giving Bryce a hard time. He's qualified third. He says, oops. But we're about ready to get started here. Gavin leading us off with an excellent Q lap. We'll see if we can keep up with them and keep the tires
About to go green. Stay
happy
focused.
as we do 80 laps here at Charlotte. Brand new car, Gen 4. Very exciting.
Car is in.
Watch on the lights.
Green, green, green.
Yeah, off. A little bit of tire spin as we got to the higher RPMs. Interestingly, but nothing too much to handle.
Stay high. Still inside. The next car's the leader. Stay high.
Go ahead and go up to second place.
Clear.
Run that outside. Get some track position early. And now we're backing it down because these tires are gonna matter.
Good start.
Get some advertising for Diet Dr. Pepper in front of us. I really don't know how the handling is going to be. I don't necessarily want to try to get this thing yawed out too much because I'm afraid then I'm going to get too much on the right rear, and that's not going to be good either. We're just going to try to be smooth for now, I think. Making sure we're not missing our marks.
29.6. Your last lap time was at 29.6. The guy behind has just
And you get pretty good turn here at Charlotte around the bottom there, the blue and white line, especially in 1 and 2. You get pretty good rotation in 3 and 4 as well down here. So I think that's probably where we'll try to put our car. Focus on running the proper line more than anything. I know these Gen 4s, these new Gen 4s, they've got pretty strong draft. I've heard people talking about that. This is my first laps in it again, but based on what I've heard, seems like they've got some of the ARCA draft almost. Just trying not to force this thing to turn by yanking the steering wheel too hard or anything. Got a Leighton right behind us. Keep an eye on what he's doing.
P2.
Yeah, it just feels like it's not yawing out as much as I expected it to. When I get on the throttle, it feels like I'm still on that right front, even midway or through the exit of the corner. So I feel like patience on throttle could be important. Side by side behind us now, Eric and Leighton. Both guys that are very likely going to be near the front this whole race. Pretty good rotation down there. I know Gavin's done a couple races already, so he's got a bit of a head start on figuring this thing out. Might have a better idea of how this thing will react on the longer runs. I've watched some of the races. I haven't been able to watch all of them yet.
The lap time was at 29.9.
But watched some of his videos and Nick's videos driving the Gen 4. He's really not want to turn mid-corner. It was very interesting because that was never an issue in the old Gen 4. Pretty much any time you would hit the throttle, the car would be sideways no matter where you were in the turn, it felt like. But very stable. And again, that could just be the setup. It could be that iRacing knows people have traditionally had a very tough time controlling these cars, and they want the debut of this car to be more than just a wreckfest, so they make it very stable with the setup. That could be why the setups are a little bit understeery.
You've just done a 30.0.
That's just speculation from me. Uh-oh, we got somebody that's had some sort of issue. Looking like they're on pit road. Got a 4-car breakaway, it looks like. 4-car pack up front, and then a gap back to 5th place. 5th place being Justin in the number 4.
Okay, Colton. Lap times are pretty consistent.
Starting to get just a hint of rotation on throttle on the exit of 2. Trying to use that just a little bit. Got to keep a little bit of pressure on Gavin, so he's not just out there having Sunday drive. I have to wonder if maybe dirty air is a bigger thing in the Gen 4 now. If it's got the ARCA draft, then it would stand to reason that it would also inherit all that dirty air that the ARCA car has. But of course these cars are very different from the ARCA car.
Inside.
Drift up a little bit mid-corner, and that's going to allow Eric to our inside. That's fine.
Still there at bottom. Clear inside.
Still just trying to learn right now. I really don't want to race too hard side by side yet. I don't feel like I'm comfortable enough to do that.
Yep.
Definitely got to slow these things down mid-corner, which is good for racing. The bigger speed difference you have between the straightaways and mid-corner, the more
30.3.
influence the driver has on the racing, which means theoretically more passes and more side-by-side, more than what you would get at, say, something super speedway style or close to it, where everybody's just going the same speed no matter what. Yeah, I'm got a little bit tight there, it looks like. Nearly gets into the wall, and now he is side by side for the lead. Eric looking like he's going to get by.
Lap times are pretty consistent.
Not cleared him though. I've got to be careful not to drift up in Gavin. They're both kind of slapping the wall a little bit. Car's still feeling okay to me. It's still just really tight in general. But I don't feel like I've made the problem much worse necessarily. Just trying to not let things get out of hand. That's how it's already handling. A little bit wiggly down the straightaway, kind of reminiscent of the Xfinity car. But really, I think that's just how powerful these things are. You'd get that a little bit with the Gen 4 as well. The old Gen 4, that is.
Front lap was at 30.4. P3.
Might have to try to get around Gavin here.
Keep high. Still there. Clear. Inside.
Go around the outside.
High.
You've just
The
done
next
a
car's the leader.
30.5.
Keep high. Clear inside.
Got some tire left in this thing. That's what I was hoping. Use a little bit of it there to try to get around Gavin. Didn't like the fact that I was about to get passed by a Leighton, because I had to check up a little bit. I'm just gonna go ahead and go around, get the little bit of track position, and let my tires cool back down a little bit.
30.5.
That's really sideways. Come on, car, turn, please. I feel like going the high line that one time before really messed up the handling of this thing. Gotta be smooth again, try to get this thing under control. So far so good though, P2. Eric driving away a little bit, but not too crazy much. Started getting real slidey there in the corners after I turned up the intensity for a moment. Starting to get the grip again though. Just a little bit.
You've just done a 30.7.
Wow, this thing's all kinds of crazy on the straightaways. That's supposed to be the easy part.
Car inside.
Clayton looking fast now. He's trying to go around us.
Still there. Still there.
To E1. Ahead is now 0.8.
Stay high to the car on the low side. Clear inside.
A little loose out there. I'm going to start running the high line. And then if that doesn't work, I'm going to just let him go.
Okay, Colton, that's good consistency. Keep it up. E2. James is pitting from P25.
Got hitters already. Wonder if that's some sort of strategy or if something went wrong. James. Using quite a bit of brake to slow this down, but I think that's what's necessary when you're heading into the corners at 195. Whoa, wall hit for Eric. Losing a little bit of grip there. Really enjoying this higher line. It's working really well for me right now.
That's half fuel. You've used half your fuel.
Oh, well, never mind.
Inside. Clear inside.
Of course, right when I say something, I find the wall. Are we damaged?
No damage. Car looks
No
fine.
damage. Car looks clean. Just overcooked it a little bit. Not as much grip in 3 and 4.
I'm done. Y'all have a good night.
Out of the wall, please. You have to maybe take more of a middle line if you want to drive higher up the track. In 3 and 4.
Alright, Colton, the next car is Lemons, car number 77.
Gavin suddenly making a charge forward toward Eric up there. Been a really good race so far. We've got people that'll charge forward, then fall back, and then someone else will charge forward. Lots of movement. For me, it was hitting the wall, sent me backward again. That'll happen with inexperience in a particular car. Even though I've driven plenty of Gen 4, it hasn't been this car. And it definitely drives differently. I think I'll probably come in for fuel
Your lap time was
at
30.9.
42 maybe? That sounds kind of nice. We'll see how the car's feeling when we get there. Starting to get a little tighter on exit. Gavin's right there for the lead. He's moved his way back forward. He's getting side by side on exit up there. Might be able to get us back to them a little bit if they get side by side for an extended period of time. Eric doing a pretty good job at defense. Or he was, now he's got Gavin on the inside.
The next car is Eric, car number 24.
Bringing them a little bit closer to us. Still looking pretty good up there, though. I'm sure, as usual, my tires are the worst of the four of us up front here. That's how it typically goes. And now Leighton's coming back to us. So maybe running this higher line has been hurting my tires pretty bad.
Car inside.
Okay,
Still there.
Probably gonna let him go. I raced him pretty hard earlier trying to keep track position.
Go high. Still there. Clear
Like I
inside.
owe him a cut break here. Getting closer to pit stop time. Hopefully I'll be able to get it to pit road safely. I practiced those pit stops, but not with the tires in the shape they are right now. So I'm going to have to brake a little bit earlier than I did while practicing.
E4.
Ignore that.
The next car is car number 12. Their rating is 3.9. Eric, car number 24, is now leading.
Eric back around Gavin. They're having a great race up there. Maybe we go ahead and
That was a
pit
1.0.
right at 40 for the optimal strategy there. I don't know. I feel like I'm so bad with saving my tires. Maybe I don't want to do that. So we have a shorter run to the end.
Okay, Colton. The pit window
Tough to
is now
say.
open. Expect traffic when you exit the pits. When we leave the pits, we think we'll be in P21 in front of James. That lap was at 31.1.
Island still works pretty well in 1 and 2, but I don't think it works as well in 3 and 4. I'm having really a tough time in 3 and 4. And we got a yellow, so it's a good thing we didn't pit.
Road is closed. Catch stop 12.
Pace car is out.
Fortunately, that's going to get rid of green flag pit stops, but
Pace car is out. Pits are closed.
at least that's one less thing for me to mess up.
Catch stop 12. Car.
The pace car speed is 122 miles per hour.
Alright. Uh-oh. Maybe a couple people caught up in that one.
Catch up to car
Not
number
sure what
12.
happened.
Catch stop
Pace
12.
car is
Car.
in. Turn 3.
Pit road is now open.
Pits are open.
Alright, we're going to put full fuel in this thing. Make sure it's as heavy as possible so we can get as much rotation as possible in the corners. Auto fuel's going to try to take some of that fuel out, but that's not what I want.
Eric is pitting. Pit lane speed limit is 45 miles per hour. Okay, Colton, we'll pull you to the end.
There we go. Get
Pit
that already.
10. 5. 3. 2. 1. Right here.
Alright, 43.53.
Right front.
Share that. New car,
43%.
everyone sharing
Front
information,
left,
I'm sure.
29%.
Yeah, my tires are terrible compared to everybody as usual.
Go, go, go! Be mindful, you only have one set of tyres remaining. Line up, single file.
Chad was at 70-70. That's crazy. I don't think he had enough time to make it all the way forward, but I bet he was feeling real fast compared to a lot of guys.
We need to catch up to car number 12. The base car's in, turn 3.
Well, we got some strategy. No, that's a wave around. Okay, so we're still P4.
Vehicle's yellow, pits are open.
Nick in the pits. Uh-oh, I wonder if he got caught in whatever happened. I assume these guys sitting in the pits must be guys with damage. Looks like Chad may be involved in something as well. We'll find out later when we check out the incidents. That's too bad to see. No, big part of why Gavin wanted to do these hosted races was to get correct, period correct rules for Gen 4, which means single file. Sounds like whatever happened was netcode related. That is not too surprising either. Usually when we get a new car, it's got some netcode issues that need a little bit of time to get ironed out. We're 1 to green already though, and we're basically splitting this race directly in half. As we're completing lap 40. 40 to go. What can we do to improve after our first round? Well, probably better on the tires would be one big thing we could do. Easier said than done, though. We'll get restarted and we'll see if we make it to the end. Clean race so far, just the one yellow here at about halfway.
Okay,
Race car is off.
race car has just left.
See. Goes.
Green flag.
Green, green, green. Wrecking on the front stretch.
Uh-oh.
Fuel's good.
Wrecking on the front stretch, not what you want to hear. Guess everybody's okay though. Ooh! Late in the wall. Not diving it in him on anything, just peeking my nose.
Okay, we're halfway to the finish.
Might have been some sort of issue on that restart, tire spin wise or something, but nothing to cause a yellow, so we are still going. I feel like I can't save tires like these guys can. I'm just never as good at it. I'm gonna try. Hopefully not lose any track position while trying to do it, but
The car ahead has just done
I feel like that's my best
29.7.
shot.
The guy behind has just done a 29.7.
Let them fight it out up there maybe. I've already got a second on me up there. I'm hoping that'll mean we are better on our tires, but could just be underdriving it too. I am racing with the assumption we will make it to the end. Under green. Feel like that's not too bad of an assumption to make in this league. Justin right behind us. I would prefer not to lose any track position, so I am going to watch that gap a little bit while I try to
29.8.
keep the pace down. Got some shade on the track all of a sudden. Got some cloud cover. That's going to give us a little bit more grip. Might be what I need to get this thing on the right rear more. I don't like how far out front they're getting though.
That's good consistency. Keep it
I
up.
still have to make up that time at some point. even if I do save my tires better. Thought I saw Gavin get the apron a little bit in 1 and 2. That could have been a scary moment. Given that he's right in front of Leighton, not too much gap there. Starting to reel them back in a little bit. Trying to get into a rhythm
Okay, Colton, the next
down there in that bottom lane.
car number 77.
Eric's still out front. I wonder if Leighton's going to try to get
29.9.
into that clean air, though. Even with that 57% brake bias, I'm still not feeling very much turn in on entry on the brakes. Car is set up very tight.
That lap was
Unless
at
that's just how this thing
30.0.
drives. I don't know. I don't have enough races in it yet. This is my first race in this car. Got to move for the lead. It looks like it. Side by side now. Tight. Center 3 and 4.
That was 30.0.
Ooh, moment up there for a Leighton. It looks like that was almost a wreck, I think. I think he might have gotten the apron there, and then Gavin was right behind him.
The next car is
That brings them all the way to us.
Their rating is 3.9.
Almost anyway. Still about a half second up. Whole lot closer than they were, though.
Alright, Colton, lap times are pretty consistent.
Coming to 28 to go. About halfway through this final run. Currently gaining time on them. That's good. That's good news. Justin, though, right behind us. He's not too far back. He's kind of been moving forward. Same as we are. Also got JP behind him. I haven't raced with him in a while. In the past, I know we've had a lot of great races. Good to see him here today. This run reminded me a lot of that previous run where we just had a bunch of guys one by one kind of going for the lead. One at a time. Now it looks like it's Gavin's turn to give Eric a hard time. They continue to get closer for us, though. You like to see it. All three of them now within about 1 second.
That lap time was 30.1.
Getting some pretty decent rotation out of 2 again. Trying to use that to my advantage. A lot of my my tire wear in the first run might have come from whenever I moved up high and was going
You've just done a
pretty hard up
30.2.
there. That'll really hurt your right side tires when you start doing that. So maybe I wasn't as bad as I thought, and maybe it was just all the tire wear came when I decided I was going to run up there. $24 to go. Is Gavin looking on the outside up there? He is. Another side-by-side for the lead. Certainly no one running away with this race. No Shane Van Gisbergen at Mexico City this past weekend. Guy won by 16 seconds. That's crazy. Cool that they raced in Mexico City, though. I hope that race comes back. I think that would be a cool place to visit regularly. I happen to really like that event.
The lap time was at 30.3.
Bring one to Canada as well. I think that would make for a real fun couple of additions to the NASCAR schedule.
You got a rubber rock up to here, bud.
Right now, I'm really wanting this thing to stay green. I feel like I'm doing pretty good with my tire wear. These guys are fighting hard, trying to get the lead and such.
That lap was at 30.4.
I feel like I'm in a decent position right here where I can inch closer and closer. Maybe let my tires give us the speed difference. And then when I need to get around him, should still be enough in this car. Try to rip that outside like we did earlier in the race and get some passes done. That's the plan, though. Anything,
Good consistency.
usually things don't go according to plan, but still helpful to make a plan, I guess. Very, very loose out of two there. Had to catch it a little bit. Rather be loose than tight, though. Still only gaining tiny bits at a time. Whoa, Gavin loose on the straight. A little bit of draft now from a Leighton in front of us. Certainly enjoy that. A little bit extra speed on the straightaways. Running out of time though, 18 laps to go now. Still plenty enough,
30.5.
but getting closer to the end of this thing. Need Gavin and Eric to race side by side a little more. Yeah, there we go. As if on cue. .8 to the leader now.
You've just done a
Gavin trying to find his way around him. I'm going to try to remain disciplined here and only use that higher line when absolutely necessary. So I think that really is what killed our tires that first run.
Okay, Colton, you've used half your fuel.
Right up behind a Leighton now. I would like to make this pass quick. If we can manage it.
That lap time was 30.6.
Not get the angle right there. Got 1.2 seconds behind us. So no immediate pressure there.
Your last lap time was at 30.8.
Man, this car is getting tight. Except on exit. Definitely difficult to drive, but that's part of the allure of the Gen 4, right? Had a couple of bad corners there and then suddenly lost some space. We're getting to 12 to go now. Am I just going to have to try to run that higher line and hit some fast laps and try to get up there? Because I'm suddenly not feeling like I have much better tires than these guys anymore.
That lap was at 30.8.
Got some lap traffic coming up. That could make things very interesting. I think we're probably going to catch him before the end of this thing. Man, Eric and Gavin now driving away. Alright, 10 to go, so maybe we'll try a higher line, 1 and 2.
Consistency, keep it up.
Gonna be faster, but it's gonna be harder on the tires. Got really loose there. Still faster though than last lap. But I'm still gonna stay on the bottom in 3 and 4, I think. Highline never worked quite as well in 3 and 4, it feels like, so no reason to hurt the tires more out there. Get a great run out of the corner. Eric suddenly looking like he's driving away from Gavin up there. He might have this one in the bag. Gavin was trying real hard to get the pass done, it looks like. Might have used his stuff up. All kinds of wiggly for Leighton on the straightaway. There's that lap traffic I was talking about. Looking like he's holding the bottom up there.
Your lap time was 30.8.
Car inside. Clear inside.
Oh, a little bit. That's not what I needed. Six to go now. I don't think we're catching anybody. I think the only chance we have of anybody is Leighton, maybe. We can get this high line working for long enough.
Five laps to go. We are where we expected to be.
Well, we're expected to be. Well, that's good news. I feel like these extra cars in front of us gave us some dirty air there. That's the first time the cars felt like that all day. Felt very tight.
That was 30.9.
Yeah, I just got nothing.
Slow car down low.
Going into the pits. But for a second, I was kind of worried we were going to have a caution in this thing. Not quite.
You've just
I actually don't know if we have
31.0.
green-white checkers. Okay, Highland 3 and 4. It looks like it's going to be fast for now. Just all out at this point with 2 laps to go.
2 laps remaining.
Oh my gosh. 71 right in front of a Leighton. Leighton thought he was going to go low. He did not.
Last lap.
Got the wall. That stinks. That's probably going to kill any chance we had.
White flag, last lap.
I gave it my all. Not quite. P4. That's still a great finish.
Oh man, what a battle. Great race. That was awesome.
P4, that's the finish. Well done.
Oh yeah,
Flag,
that's
checkered flag.
great race, guys.
Good job. Very
Yeah,
good
good
job.
race, everyone.
Nicely done, man. Great race. Great win.
I melted my right front off trying to get past Ian. I should have just been more
Yeah,
patient.
I just couldn't get that to work. I feel like I have to find something maybe right in the middle there. First round I went a little bit too hard, I think, killed the tires. Second round I just had too much ground to have to make up for that tire difference to give me enough speed.
Eric, good
And then
win
once I
too,
got
bud.
to them, I needed to drive a little harder. 49, 47. Well, I was on the right
Thanks for
rear.
joining. That was actually a really fun race. That was awesome.
Look at my
thanks, bud.
tires
Had a
compared to
great
Nick.
time.
That's hilarious. Well, we got the same right front as Gavin, but used our right rear.
Good job, Eric.
Man, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. Looks like a lot more people were on the right rear that
Thanks,
second run.
Yeah, Eric, I race with you sometimes at Flying Aces.
Well, Eric, that
Yeah,
first run was on the right rear. Huh. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I needed to do, because it looks like I needed to drive much softer but still get on the right rear. That just doesn't compute to me though, because to me driving hard is what gets it on the right rear. So that's tough. I have a lot of learning to do in this car, but we still got a great finish. P4, it's where we started. Probably where we deserved to finish. I think that's about where we were. 4th fastest
Eric.
on track. As we take a look at the rest of the finishing order. Look at that. Nick had a very great race. He went from 23rd all the way to 10th. Gets a top 10. His video is going to be very fun to watch, I bet. He made a lot of passes. Looking forward to seeing how he did all that. And there is the rest of the field. We will go back and see what happened out here, but it wasn't too much. We had the one yellow, which sounds like it was netcode anyway, so not really anyone's fault, probably. And then probably a lot of wall hits, if I had to guess. First thing we get, lap 8. Looking like it's just a wall hit. Remember the '07? He was one of the guys we were passing at the end. Looked like he just kind of lost track of the wall there. Hit it pretty good. James. Oh, he spins on the exit of 2. Hits the inside wall hard, and that's why he had to leave early. Oh man, he can't see right now either. His hood got propped up, and now he's driving blind. Props to him for not driving back onto the track. That would have been bad. Fortunately, his race ends a bit early. And lap 27, we think we're just going to start seeing some tire wear issues here. Probably guys getting down to 50%. Yeah, they're racing hard. Got a couple of good classic schemes there. Then you got my ugly grape. I put it together 5 minutes before the race. Me running the high side, killing those tires. Yeah, I think I was just 4th fastest here today, because that's where I was running at the end of that first run, too. We're going to get a yellow here before too long, because I know we had a yellow just before halfway. Wonder where that's going to come from. Nick Martin into the wall. Doesn't look like that's brought out the yellow, though. No chain reaction there. There's Nick. I wondered if he was caught in that wreck. Oh, wow. Yeah, there it was. He was caught in the wreck. And he still made all that space up. So he was fixing damage under that yellow. But yeah, that was definitely serious net code. I'm sure he'll go back and look at that later. Because in the moment, it's going to feel like you just got spun by the guy on exit. By the guy drifting up too far. But that was serious net code. It was about a half a car width. Maybe that's a little dramatic, about maybe a 1/4 of a car width, but still shouldn't have happened. And then 17 gets in it, 13 in it. Oh, that 17's Chad too, in the Matt Kenseth scheme. That stinks for those guys. Wreck that shouldn't have happened. But again, usually these new cars, every time they come up with a new car, the netcode's not great, and then they slowly fix it over time, get it a little better. Oh yeah, there was something that happened on the restart too. This is what it was. What exactly started all this? So it looks like we had a bit of an accordion effect going on, as you can often get with these single file restarts. Guys just not quite up to the back end of the cars in front of them. And then when everybody is just about ready to go, they all then start driving to get bunched back up. And then you got this weird situation where Daniel, for example, ready to go, and they're going up there, but we got this weird accordion here, so he hits the brakes to not run in the back or get a penalty, and then the 13 kind of ends up right in his path. So that was just that's probably guys not as used to single file restarts, because you rarely get them in official racing on iRacing, and so some of the quirks, like the kind of accordion thing you can get sometimes, can lead to issues. But no yellow from it. I'm sure Daniel wishes there was, because that really stinks for him. It's got a cool Carl Edwards scheme on that. I assume that's what that Office Depot is meant to invoke. I'm probably not going to see too much more. Raymond losing control of it a little bit on the backstretch. A little bit of a wall hit too. Someone's got the Clint Boyer car. I gotta find myself a good scheme too. There's lots of good ones out here. Gotta find a purple one. Moving on, we're near the end of the race already. Lap 76. Robert with the Greg Biffle car. Caden there. These are just tire readings. Nick looking to get around him for P10. Nick's got that Nesquik Scott Riggs car. I don't remember hitting the wall there. I guess I hit the wall. Oh, that was coming to the white flag. I was just giving it everything I had because I knew I had to get a monster run out of 4 to have any chance of getting around a Leighton on that final lap. So I just gassed it up hard and just slightly tapped the wall, enough to show up in the incidents, but not as an incident itself, as incident points. And we just didn't have quite enough. We were the 4th fastest car. And Kevin there, tire reading there on the final lap, he probably managed his tires pretty well to get his P2. And I imagine that's probably going to be the last thing we see, except for a couple other guys maybe, with some tire readings. And there it is. Congrats to Eric, he gets the win, gets to do his burnouts. He's got the 24 on that thing. He's always got the Jeff Gordon schemes. And he was looking like him today, winning this one from an 8th starting spot too. He passed a couple in that first run to do it. And we will take a look at the race results page. No iRating gained or anything, of course, given that it was an unofficial race. But we can see like who got points and all that good stuff. Who got points and how many. I'm not sure exactly where the bonus points are going, if there are any, for this race. It might be the same as the Xfinity Series, but not sure. If there are, Leighton will get best lap bonus points, should they exist. We'll get 160 as the 4th placed car. And everybody who leads laps in the Xfinity Series gets bonus points as well. And we did not do that, unfortunately. The top 3 guys did. And anybody else down here at any point? No, doesn't look like it. So those 3 guys have the best days, easily. And Eric, of course, having the best day of them all with the win. So that will do it for this one. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Looking forward to doing a lot more Gen 4 racing with some green flag laps. May not get as much as that in official, so I really appreciate Gavin for putting on this league race so we can have lots of fun and doing more than just pacing. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.